2016, Nelson College took the decision to employ an employability and workplace manager specifically to help the Nelson students with their quest for employment once they had finished their education with the college. This year's Employers Forum was a get-together where employment could be discussed between both employers and students seeking a career. We want to provide a forum where our students can freely question the employers on what is required by an employer other than the qualifications when looking to recruit people. This year's forum objectives were to bring together both employers, academics and students to get to know each other, exchange each other's ideas and expectations. Students learn more about what a potential employer is looking for when they are recruiting. Lecturers get opportunities to be aware of the skills and competencies potential employers expect in today's market. Employers will be able to understand exactly what students have learned from their studies and will not be seeking to match unrealistic expectations when recruiting graduates from the courses we offer. To encourage the employees to talent spot and identify any current students as potential employees for their organisations, and to show our potential employers our facilities that could be available to them to use.
So I'm Lucy Staffa, and I work for a company called Black and White. So Black and White has 52 chain restaurants, 5 different brands, and we also have 5 different hotels, which is Whitechapel, so we just opened one in Whitechapel. We also have Hotel Indigo, Doubletree, Hampton by Hilton, and there is one in Gateway to Wales. If you work hard, you will be recognized, and one day you will be where you want to go. So yes, like Chris said, we are looking for staff at the moment, permanent as well as casual. So if you guys do want to come and work for us, then do let me know. I have some business card, I can give it to you today. Just send me your CV, we need to interview and everything. Yes, there are opportunities, we develop people, we have a training plan, whatever you need, which direction you need to go, we can do it to you. But of course, I need 100% from everyone who wants to work with us.
I'm looking for people who they're working very hard, and I like to train them, I like to promote people, and I like to work with them. Always we are looking for candidates who are demonstrating interest in this job. And if someone is looking for this job, I would like to speak with everybody, and I have any question, just ask me about my job and hospitality job as well.
Good morning everyone, my name is Mihara Fili. I'm working at the moment for Omni Group company. I've been working in hospitality industry for 20 years now, but for the last 2 years I'm working for Omni Group, which is a big company. I would like to talk about Omni Group a bit. So the company has been established in 1980, and it's a big company employing more than 5,000 people, looking after hotel in UK, Singapore and Netherlands. I would like to encourage everybody who wants to work in the hotel industry to come and to apply for a job within our company. I will help you to give you all the information if you would like to work in Omni Group, as I'm very proud to work for this company for the last 2 years.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. So I work for Pearson, as Chris said. So we produce the BTEC Higher National Diploma in Hospitality Management. We think that gives you the skills to get a job. I speak to employers and they say qualifications are important, but the most important things are your soft skills, your ability to look at people when you're speaking to them. If you say you're going to turn up at 9 o'clock, be there at 9 o'clock, working consistently. These are the soft skills and your ability to work with other people are the most important skills that you can have to be successful in a job. Now at Pearson, we've developed a network on a website. It's a bit, if you know LinkedIn, it's LinkedIn for hospitality. this network, you can join for free because you're BTEC HN Hospitality Management students or graduates and because you studied at Nelson College. That gives you access to more than 200,000 professionals who you can make contact with. At the moment there are 3,000 employers on that network, and you can approach the employers directly. That's all within the hospitality sector in the UK, in Asia and in the Middle East and throughout Europe. As of this morning, there are 40,000 jobs available that you can apply for and that you can find. And there are 1,200 internships. I have some information about how to join this network for free. Please do join it. One of the other things to do potentially to help you successfully get a job is apply. Apply for as many jobs as you possibly can. If you're not successful, you get feedback and you will learn from that. So it's a process that you learn and you get better at. So please sign up for HOSCO. If you have any questions about it, please come and ask me. Thank you.
Does anyone here, put your hand up if you would consider starting your own business at some point in the future? Okay, there's quite a few. Okay, good. I started my own business, which is called Square Balloon. We do web design and digital marketing for mainly small and medium businesses. But I think you should always start by getting your first customer before you start your business. Because otherwise you don't know if you've got a product, you don't know if you can sell anything. So one thing to find out first, go and do some research. Ask people on the street. Don't ask your friends and family. They're all going to tell you your idea is brilliant. Go and ask people, is this a good idea? Give me some criticism about my idea. Let them tell you, it would be better if you did this. You know, get your idea really nailed down. And then after that, you'll have an opportunity to go to like a bank or something like that. You'll have overcome a lot of the questions they might have if you're trying to get a loan or anything like that. I would say work for someone in your industry first. You're going to learn a lot of skills. You're going to learn how they approach customer care, how they approach sales, the processes that they have. You might be able to improve them. Everyone thinks they can do better. So that would be great if you can learn those processes, improve them and take them off to your own business. But by starting your own business, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Everyone does. It's great, you're going to learn from them. But if you make mistakes at someone else's business, they're paying for it, not you. It's hard when you start a business. You've got to have cash flow. And if you're making mistakes, that's going to erode your cash flow. So go and work for someone in the same industry, learn as much about the industry as possible before you do it. The next thing I would say is value your time. So for me, all I do is sell my time. I've got skills and people come to me, pay for my skills. It becomes very easy for someone to say to you, how much are you going to charge for this? And you look at how much the cost is, and you don't factor in your time, or you don't work out your time effectively. So what you need to do is always measure your time. If I do a website now, and I did one when I first started, I totally underestimated it. I would say it takes me a week, it takes me 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Now all of a sudden, my time has not been worth as much as it should have been. So it's really important to measure your time so you can value your time effectively. Because that's the one thing you're charging for most of the time.
Yeah, I guess Chris has asked me to be here because I have, I think, successfully started my own business. It's been going for about 8 years, so I suppose that's a measure of success because it's still going strong. But to get there, I had to gain the experience. As Owen was saying, you can't just start a business on nothing. You have to have some experience. You have to have a very, very clear idea of what you're going to do, your idea. And if you're opening a restaurant, which I guess a few of you might do because you're on a hospitality course or your ambition is to have a small hotel, you just ask yourself the question, what is it that my hotel or restaurant is going to be unique for? What's going to stand out and make people choose me rather than anybody else to take and to dine at or to stay at? Because there has to be something that people can identify with, and that's the one thing that you need to think about. What is it that's going to stand out? And the same thing applies if you have no ambition at all to start your own business and you want to go and work for somebody else. You still need to stand out. There are, I think I'm right in saying, 56 universities teaching hospitality in the UK, and there are an awful lot more colleges and private colleges like Nelson College teaching the same. So you need to have in your mind, when I walk through the door to apply for a job, what is it about me that is going to stand out? And there are a few little things that you can think about. Number one, what are you going to look like when you walk through the door? You need to be there and dressed for the job. The simplest way to know that is, rather than the first time you go somewhere is for your interview, is to go there beforehand. Do a bit of research. Turn up, go to the restaurant, go to the hotel, and see how people are dressed. See what their approach is. Is it smartly casual? Is it very, very formal? Is it totally relaxed in jeans and a t-shirt? And then you dress for the job that you want. Because straight away you want people to identify you as being right for that role, not right for a different role. And then the only other thing that I'll say before we throw it open for questions is questions. At every interview I've been to, I've always been asked, do you have any questions for us? Make sure that you have some questions. Doesn't matter whether they've covered everything you want to know. Have a few questions that make it look as though you're really interested in the job. So a little bit of preparation before you go. Have a few questions stored away and make sure you ask them.
Yeah, a few things, I'm actually a migrant, so some of you are as well. So a few things I learned when I actually, like one gentleman is talked about, you just apply and apply. So you have to, you don't know when the opportunity will come. We as an accountancy practice, we get lots of CVs. Every week I get around 15-20 CVs. But when you apply for someone, you have to be careful on that. I will give you one example. One guy sent a CV to me and then saying that, oh, how wonderful your organization is, I'm so interested. Okay, I looked in your organization website and everything, and then when you looked at his CVs, he actually sent it to hundreds firms at the same time. So it's not actually unique.
Throughout, I then went through various different jobs, and I tried everything. And I think that's one of the big things, yeah? Try things. Because you never know what you might like. I never thought I was a salesperson. I did door-to-door sales for 2 years. I found I loved it. Now, if you told me I had to do door-to-door sales for 2 years in the rain and the sunshine and all of those things and been told all manner of different, I would have said, no, it's not for me. But actually, I found I was actually really good at it. And as a consequence, that led me on to doing various other things in sales. But I think the one thing that I would say that's the most important thing is passion. Really care about what you do. If you really want to do it, if you are really passionate about it, it comes across. You must have passion. You must live and breathe it, because I promise you, it will be, sometimes you'll be doing 12, 14, 16-hour days, because that's what you need to do to get your business going.